everyone, welcome to True Crime and Tarot. I am Natalie and today's case is based on Felix Batista. So Felix Batista was born on May the 11th, 1955 and his place of birth was in Oriente in Cuba. His hair was closely trimmed but it was grey. His eye colour is brown and his height is 5'11", weighing 190 pounds, and he is a white Hispanic male. His nationality is Cuban. His scars and marks is he has a bald spot on the back of his head. That's all that was put down in his FBI information. So the FBI is offering a reward of up to $25,000 for the information that is provided to the FBI, leading to the identification and arrest and the conviction of the individuals that's responsible for the kidnapping of Felix Batista. Batista is known to play the guitar and he is to sing. He was a former United States Army major and worked for the Security Consulting Group. And Batista was also considered a specialist in the anti-kidnapping issues and also worked as a kidnapping negotiator. Felix Batista was last seen on December the 10th, 2008 outside a local restaurant in Saltillo in Mexico. That morning, Batista learned that his friend and his former chief of security for a local industrial firm had been kidnapped. Batista had begun working as a negotiator to secure the victim's release while he was at this restaurant. So while he was at this restaurant, Batista had received a call, and this was from the victim who had told Batista that he had been released and that he was sending out a car for him, and this was later determined to be a ruse. Batista had left his cell phone, his credit cards, laptop and all of his documents inside of this restaurant and went outside to wait. The witnesses reported that Batista was met by 4 men in a vehicle and was forced to enter into a jeep, and he has not been seen or heard from ever since. So there was not been any ransom demands or any communication from the group that had took him, and the victim had then been released about an hour after that Batista was taken. If anyone has any information concerning Batista, then to please contact your own local FBI office or the nearest embassy or the consulate. The Mexico police had arrested a top drug gang hitman suspected of being involved in the still unsolved December 2008 abduction of the US anti-kidnap expert Felix Batista. German Torres, 29, was arrested in Mexico City. He is still believed to be a member of the Fiat Zetas wing of the powerful Gulf cartel that dominates the drug smuggling from northeastern Mexico into Texas. The Public Security Ministry had said that Torres was also thought to be involved in a kidnapping, that the investigators ran some DNA tests in February. And these DNA tests were done on some charred bodies that was found in the surrounding state of Coahuila, Buttes, which have yet to confirm whether Batista was among them, and the Coahuila State Attorney General's office had declined to comment on its investigation into the Batista. Nearly 2,000 people have killed so far in Mexico, and there is 6,300 people died to a escalating drug gang conflict. Lourdes Batista is in no talk about her husband Felix Batista in the past tense. So she had commented saying that he is an officer and a gentleman and he is a very wonderful man. I'm supposed to say was, but I'm going to talk in the present. That's been one of our problem, that we've had no closure, and not having closure makes it really painful. Lourdes has been living with that pain for some years, and she has been paying tribute to the man that she calls her soulmate and maintaining that he is not forgotten, while holding out hope that her and her loved ones will get answers that so far no one has been either able or willing to provide. Felix Batista had travelled to Saltillo, in the capital and largest city in northeastern Mexican state of Coahuila, on business when he had learned that his friend and colleague Pilar Valdez, the longtime director of the security for Saltillo Industrial Group, had been abducted. Lourdes had then said, "I get a call from Felix. I can tell he's busy. I call him back and he tells me, 'Honey, I'm really busy. I think there is a kidnapping taking place and I'll call you back.' That was the last time I had spoke to him," said Lourdes. On the December the 10th, Valdez then called Felix as he dined into the town's best restaurant, El Mesón Principal del Norte, saying that he was safe and free, but that the local police needed to speak with him. Lourdes is sure that her husband knew that this was a sign that something was wrong. "I know my husband. He was no fool," she said. "Felix would have thought it was very odd. Something is going on. I know that." Batista knew that something was not right here. The FBI special agent Alexandra Montilla told InsideEdition.com he left an emergency contact with the restaurant with the people that he was with, saying, "If anything happens to me, please call this number." He felt that he had to do it. I feel he felt he was obligated to do something. Surveillance footage had reportedly shown that Felix was waiting for nearly half an hour before a white van pulls up and the man in uniform approaches him. When this man had came to approach Felix, he kind of greets Felix in a friendly way. Lourdes has said that what we probably didn't see is that the pistol that and what have you, Pilar is in the van and he's hurt. They give Pilar some money and he is dropped off by the road, and Felix is then gone and disappeared. So that is all I could find on Felix Batista's case. So this is where I decided to do a tarot card reading on the case, and there is 4 specific questions I asked. So number 1, what happened to Felix Batista? 2, who was involved in his kidnapping? 3, where is Felix now? 4, what is the final outcome to be for his case? So we have what happened to Felix Batista, and we had the reverse 2 of swords. There was a difficult decision and wasn't too sure what to do. There was a decision that was based on Felix's instincts. There was a situation involving his friend and he was in trouble. There was a third party involvement that was refusing to see his situation from a different perspective. Felix is trying to become a peacemaker along with his friend, but caused a lot more problems than he should have. 6 of Cups. There was memories with his friend that was from his past, where there was a lot in common and they actually stayed in contact for quite some time. There was cooperating with each other and there was some starting over to start a new fresh. Reverse Moon. There was something being dealt with that caused a lot of fears and anxiety. There was also having to trust his own intuition and gut instincts about something. Reverse Hierophant. He guided himself on his own path and not to follow others. He don't need anyone's approval and didn't need anyone to accept the way he is. He had to run in with the authority and maybe someone's parents that was involved in some conflict. Reverse Justice. Something happened that wasn't morally right. There was a choice where someone wouldn't own up to their mistakes. Something is on someone's conscience that may have been Felix's. There's a legal matter and fear of an unfair outcome or a dispute. Reverse 3 of Swords. There were words that were spoken that was very powerful and it was involved in being a peacemaker. Reverse Strength. So Felix was very vulnerable and lacking in self-confidence. There was some explosive behaviour and lashing out and being very aggressive and later then regretting it. Reverse Lovers. There was a relationship which was strained. There was communication that was being challenged. There was feelings of growing apart, either Felix and his friend or Felix and his wife. There was no trust or no respect. Death Reversed. There was resistance to change and needing to let the past go, but very reluctant to let someone or something go. King of Cups. There was to accept all emotions and gain control over them and try not to let anyone or anything get to him, and use a calm approach to the situations. There were smart decisions of being made. There may have been a father figure that was involved. Queen Pentacles, there was a female who had a lot of support, that was very independent and stable, that has that sense of security, that may also have her own business. Nine of Cups, there was happiness and contentment. There was a temporary indulgence without any guilt. Reverse Page of Pentacles, there was exploring a new project or a business, but was not ready to move forward with it just yet. Reverse Two of Cups, there was accepting oneself's love and appreciating who he is, and welcoming in some happiness as he deserves it, and there is a falling out that is involved. Reverse Three of Wands, there was growth and an expansion, choosing to play things safe and staying in one's comfort zone. There was some disappointment and frustration to do with feeling like it may have wasted his time by even starting on this path that he was on. Who was involved in the kidnapping of Felix Batista? The Wheel of Fortune. There were things that was turning in one's favour, and there was a sense of an overseas trip and a completion of a phase. Reverse Five of Wands. There was to be faced with a lot of conflict and being unclear on where they stand with the important issue. There was disagreements and trying to figure out the best option for them. There was a sigh of relief after a struggle. There was a sense of no longer being up against any competition. Reverse King of Wands. There was a male who was aggressive and arrogant and have had a lot of success that had gone to his head. Reverse Justice. They'd done something that wasn't morally right. They gave an option to Felix or the friend of Felix to own up to their mistakes, but wouldn't own up to it. Reverse Hangman. There was a feeling of being restricted and stuck by others. There was a decision which was made to halt until they knew that they were 100% ready. They had to make a decision before someone else did it for them. Reverse Page of Wands. Something was being stirred in someone, but not sure how to turn it into action. There was a lot of responsibilities and troubles. Reverse King of Pentacles. They looked closely to their involvements of money, and they needed to control money. There was a workaholic and a money obsessor. Chariot. There's willpower, determination to do with the challenge. There was some distractions, but someone laid down boundaries, and also there was a vehicle involvement and travelling. Two Pentacles. There was a lot of juggling priorities and responsibilities. There was coping with demands and whatever it is thrown their way. Seven Wands. There was a challenge but working on it alone. There was stress but needing to fight for what they stood for, and there may have been someone who tried helping to defend this person. Someone got in the way, but confronting those who posed as a threat to them. Ten of Cups. There was happiness and contentment, playing happy families and getting along. There was a new start of a new family. Reverse King of Swords. There was a male who misused his power and used their ego to try and run the show. They are very charming and manipulative. There is intelligence and showing off and taking advantage of someone. High Priestess. There was a hidden knowledge and mysteries. There was a lot of unbalanced areas, but also trying to trust one's instincts. Where is Felix Batista? Nine of Pentacles. There is peace and contentment, and not relying on anyone, and being on a high vibration frequency. Three Cups. There's a celebration and family support. There's Felix and others standing by one another. Reverse World. So there is some personal issues that needs closure and wanting to move on. Sun. There's happiness, abundance, and to gain a lot of confidence and success. Ten of Cups. There's joy, contentment, and all getting along and following his heart. Reverse Queen of Wands. Either Felix or a female is more introverted than usual. They need more alone time for a while, and they're trying to build oneself and discover who they really are. Temperance. There is some balance and patience when things are stressful. There's emotions to be calmed. There is harmony and cooperation and working through things. What is the final outcome for Felix Batista's case? We have the Ten of Pentacles. There is to be a point of a completion and accomplishment. There's to be a stable home environment. There is a family success and wealth, and there may be involvement of an inheritance. Reverse Five of Swords. There's a lot of arguments and realization where no matter how hard someone try at something that they always seem to lose. There's also some fight to win at the expense of another. There's a need to forgive and forget. Things are going to creep up and make things difficult. There is negative emotions lingering and having an impact in some way. 8 Pentacles. There is to be some hard work to bring determination. There is to be a lot of work and effort to be put into an important decision. Reverse 9 of Swords. There's some inner turmoil and being in despair. There's a road to recovery and things isn't to be as bad as one think. 4 Cups. There's opportunities coming in for saying no or turning something down due to so much going on. There may be a sense of boredom or dissatisfaction with one's everyday life. Reverse Hangman. There is some restrictions due to others. Also there is decision which is to stall until one is ready to make that leap. Reverse 4 Pentacles. There is to be reevaluated what is important, especially involvement of money. There is some neglect of loved ones. Magicians. Things are coming to manifest and is to be a good time to move forward. Also there is staying on track with things and good and bad things to be revealed. Justice. There is truth coming out and fairness. Someone's actions are to be judged, but not to worry about things. There is to be some responsibility for actions and ensuing consequences. If there is justice to be sought, then justice will be served, and there is to be part of a court. Strength. There is to be a confrontation and overcoming fears. There is to be courage and maturity. There is to be some underestimating someone also. Reverse Ace of Cups. There is to be some self-exploration and keeping things private. Also there is emotions of being mixed due to feeling hurt. Okay then, so that is the case of Felix Batista. That is what I can find out on his case and the tarot card side. If you enjoy my videos, please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if there's any other cases you would like me to do, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. Until next time, take care.